Hey guys, it's your best boxing friends. I'm Kelsey. This is Rachel. Rachel, fight week is upon us now. We've got Errol Spence and Shawn Porter in a title unification bout. We talked about this fight, I think, last week, and neither one of us was really excited for it. I was wondering, do you feel any different as fight week is here?
Because sometimes that does happen. Like everything is just like ho hum, and then fight week comes, and you're like, Well, here's the thing. I'm always excited for like an interesting fight, and I feel like a lot of my opinion shared last week about this fight is more about it being like a pay per view than it is about the fight
Fight
just in
itself
general.
is interesting.
Yeah, the fight, like I'm excited about. Like I definitely think Spence is going to win, but I like to see the matchup against Spence and Porter. I want to see what Spence does with somebody like Porter, and I'm always excited for a guy to get an opportunity to go in there and do his best to like get the upset. We just saw Alfredo Angulo like upset Peter Quillen. We saw Andy Ruiz not too long ago upset Joshua. Like that's always fun. So I don't have any problems with the fight. Like so, yeah, I'm excited for the fight. I'm not excited about paying $80 for it.
There's two kind of people in this world, in my opinion, at least in the boxing community. There's people that like to watch what Shawn Porter does in a boxing ring, his rough style, and then there's the dummies.
Okay.
I love watching Shawn Porter fight. I think you mentioned in a recent show how Shawn Porter is just what he is. He knows what he is. He knows how he has to fight. He usually, I say usually knows how he has to fight to give him his best chance to win. He's got to make it rough and ugly. You know, he's not intentionally throwing headbutts, but he's not intentionally not throwing headbutts. You know what I mean? Like he's doing everything he can to make sure that he's hurting the other guy. I thought his best performance was in a relatively recent fight against Danny Garcia. In that fight, Shawn Porter really used what makes him great, which is his overwhelming, like, just rough stuff. But he augmented that by keeping Danny Garcia guessing. Danny Garcia is a great counterpuncher.
Mm-hmm.
So if he had just rushed Danny Garcia the whole time, eventually Garcia would have been able to counterpunch him to death. But what he did is he kept Garcia guessing. Sometimes he didn't rush in. Sometimes he was boxing. And I think he'll have to use something similar to that in order to compete and maybe beat Errol Spence. So I'm really looking forward to seeing if he goes to that and what it can do against Errol Spence. Errol Spence is really talented. He definitely has the Olympic pedigree. He was on the Olympic team, didn't medal. That was part of the class that did not get a medal that year. But he has, he's beaten a whole host of good fighters. He's generally considered to be thought of as the best PBC fighter, probably. And he's also generally considered, him and Deontay Wilder are probably their biggest assets, I would argue right now, their biggest commodities. And so him being on this Fox pay-per-view is a big deal. It's his second one. His last one was against Mikey Garcia. That was a big fight, a big win for him. He'll need to keep that momentum going. And I tell you what, he better be in the ready for this fight, because Shawn Porter's not a guy you can go in against and just kind of go through the motions. Shawn Porter's the real deal as far.
Would you say maybe against Mikey Garcia that Spence kind of went in and went through the motions?
No, I think he went in that fight wanting to prove that he could outbox Mikey Garcia, because everybody was saying, "Oh, Spence is too big. If he tries to box Garcia, Garcia will box his ears off," and that didn't happen. I think he purposely wanted to show that he could box from the outside.
Yeah.
I don't think he'll do that as much against Shawn Porter.
It's risky. Anytime a fighter decides like, oh, yeah, with my fighting, with this match, I'm going to teach the pundits like.
Yeah, well, I'm making that story up.
Yeah,
maybe he didn't.
A bad road to go down. Yeah, maybe he just fought like how he practiced in training camp. Yeah, that's what he did. Yeah,
he's a really good fighter. What I like about his style in the boxing ring is that he's a good boxer. He showed that against Mikey Garcia. If he wasn't a good boxer, Garcia would have been able to box him, because Garcia is a great boxer. But he's also rough and tough, a good body puncher, a hard puncher on the inside. He's got what appears to be a complete boxing game as far as being one of the better fighters in boxing. I think the two best welterweights in boxing are him and Terrence Crawford. Errol Spence has the better resume out of the two fighters. Of course, Manny Pacquiao has the best resume, but Errol Spence, of the two fighters, Spence has the better resume at welterweight. Terrence Crawford has a way better resume as far as just all weight classes. Remember, Crawford was a lineal champion at lightweight, undisputed champion at 140 pounds, and now holds one of the title belts. So I'm interested. I'm excited to see this fight happen.
You know what else I'm excited about?
What?
I'm excited that the promoting between Porter and Spence will end after this fight.
Yeah, it wasn't a great look on either of them.
I feel like there's this huge like marketing machine behind Spence, particularly because we live in Texas. We see a little bit more. So like we're watching. Kelsey's a Dallas Cowboys fan. We see like Jerry Jones and Errol Spence. Like I don't normally see boxing when I'm watching the NFL. Like or because Porter.
I love that because
Porter is a announcer. Like I feel like we've seen more of them than we might have otherwise. Like more of this promoting and marketing.
Well, I think that's good for them and good for their marketing. What I don't like,
I'm just saying, the way that it is.
I tend to like fighters who carried themselves in a classy manner. You know, like Vladimir Klitschko, or you could say Manny Pacquiao, or there's all sorts of guys.
Even like if you feel really strongly that you're better than your opponent, or that you're going to beat your opponent, or you don't really like your opponent, I think there's even a way to communicate that in a classy manner. You can be very direct about what you think about your opponent without being childish.
Yeah, because in the past, Shawn Porter has been that kind of person outside the ring, and he is in real life. Like if you meet the guy, he's like one of the better people you'll meet in boxing. But he kind of got drug into some nonsense with Spence, and I haven't really been around Spence a lot, so I don't know how he is in real life. But so what I'm saying is that. Yeah, I'm ready to move on from that. I'm ready to see him fight in the ring. I will say that those kind of things might and probably do appeal to a certain audience, and if there's more people in that audience that they want to buy the fight, I don't know. It's not my thing. I don't care.
Yeah. What
I do care about is you liking, commenting, and subscribing to Real Talk with Kelsey and Rachel. We're grateful that you come and hang out with us and talk with us and watch our show, and thanks for liking, commenting, and subscribing. Do the best you can every day. And every day you do your best is a day for real talk. That doesn't make any sense. I didn't know what was wrong with that sentence, and I was just like, screw it, I'm just going to say nonsense.